that Game 7 is one that is going to be in the history books for a long time at home against Vegas. I got to ask you your reaction when they called the 5-minute penalty on Cody Eakin. And then we all know what you guys did. You go and put, 4 on the board in the 5-minute, and then they tie it, and you guys end up winning it anyway. But did you know it was a phantom call at the time? Like when you were on the bench, did you get a chance to see the review, and did you realize that it should not have been a 5-minute penalty?
No, I didn't. Pav was in such distress. You gotta, if you remember back, I mean, he was out cold on the ice. This is one of the toughest men to play hockey. I've seen him out there with broken bones and torn ligaments, and when he couldn't move and was bleeding out of his head, and the blood was pooling, kind of under his head. I think your whole concern went there. It wasn't about looking at the replay or the review. I was really, almost in shock following him down to the dressing room. It was really Jumbo who got him off the ice and then really took charge of things and said, we need to make him pay for this on the power play. I don't think at that point anyone looked and said, well, it should have only been a 2 instead of a 5. I think we were really in shock, and then motivated and pissed off, and wanted to do something about it. And to our guys' credit, they did. And it was the craziest game I've ever been a part of. I shouldn't say game, craziest 8 minutes I've ever been a part of. And Joe Thornton said the same thing. You think about all the experiences he's had in hockey. It was wild.
Pete, you mentioned Pav, so we'll just ask you straight up. No captain, he signed with Dallas. What's it going to be like to try to replace him? The goals he scores on the ice, but maybe more importantly, the leadership and the presence in the locker room?
Yeah. Well, Mike, both. I mean, I don't know. You don't replace that. That's the easy answer. I think he gets such timely goals for us. He gets such dirty goals and such unique goals from areas of the ice a lot of guys don't want to go to. And at the tough times, in playoffs, late in games. So you don't replace the on-ice. The off-ice is probably bigger to replace. He had such a great demeanor around our dressing room where he was the hardest working guy, the most honest player, but he also, had that kind of Wisconsin backwoods personality to him where, even the youngest guy in the team or the call-up was comfortable talking to him. He would seek them out. He was a special human, and, going to be really missed.
We're chatting with the head coach of the San Jose Sharks, Peter DeBoer. Again, he's going to be in town July 18th through 20th at Ryerson University for the Team Snap Hockey Coaches Conference here in Toronto. Limited registration still available. Visit the website hockeycoachesconference.com. So, I'm sure you're aware of it, that the Leafs made a move yesterday and they brought in Tyson Barrie, and they got Morgan Riley here who put up 70 points and Barrie put up 60. Makes them look at stay-at-home defensemen compared to your two guys in Karlsson and Burns. What's that like, being a head coach and looking down your bench and knowing that Burns can put up a point a game, and if Karlsson is healthy, he can put up a point a game?
Well, that's where the NHL is going, and we just talked about Pav going to Dallas, but I know, that was probably one of the intriguing parts for him if he was going to go somewhere that, with their defensemen, with the 2 or 3 guys they can roll out back there. I think everyone's looking for that blend where they have, 2 or 3 real good offensive guys. I think the beauty of our 2 guys are they can be elite in both ends. We use Bernsey as a shutdown guy at different points with Vlasic this year and in the playoffs. And Karlsson, if he puts his mind at defending, he's one of the best defensive defensemen in the world. It's just whatever, he's whatever the role is or whatever you're asking him to do, if he's engaged and healthy, that's what he's doing. So, it's a great luxury, but, we pay a price for that luxury too with a guy like Joe Pavelski leaving because, we don't have the money to bring everybody back. So I think everyone has strengths and weaknesses, and we've poured ours into those guys, and I think that's the right place for us.
All the talk in the National Hockey League, especially up here, is about RFAs. Timo Meier gets by all accounts, a fantastic contract for what his production is. Maybe talk about the player and what you think his ceiling is, because I think he took a huge step this past year, but is there more there?
There is more there, and you know what, I think the reason Timo, there's a culture built in San Jose, and it starts with Joe Thornton. When he's the first guy at the front of the line at the end of the year going, I'll play for whatever's left over. It's really hard for the young guys to come in and demand, or get piggish about what they should have, and I think that culture starts with Joe, and it extended to Couture. I think he signed a bridge. I know Hertl signed a bridge contract. Timo signed a bridge. I think when you play on a good team, I think everyone realizes you've got to sacrifice a little in order to play in a good team. And I think looking back, I'd be interested in Mike's perspective on this. I don't think there's a guy after he's done that says, I would give back a little bit of money to have played on a team with a chance to win every year, because that's what it's about. That's when you're enjoying the game, you're enjoying coming to the rink. That's everything. It's funny, but people always ask, what cities would you like to coach in? Honestly, you could have the best city in the world.
You're not
if
winning.
You're losing. If you're losing, it's crappy.
Yeah.
And you can have the worst city in the world, and if you're winning, you're enjoying coming to the rink. It's that simple.
Put me on Mars. If I'm on the power play or winning, I'm a happy camper. Absolutely.
Yeah. Power play first, though.
That's why we're winning, Hayes, is because I'm on the power play. See, that's what's got to go hand in hand.
It's all connected.
Yeah.